Good evening. Welcome here to Foxcroft Academy. My name is Zach White. I'm joined by Mark Callen on commentary. We're going to be bringing you the action tonight between the Foxcroft Academy Ponies and the Orono Red Riots. Mark, two powerhouse teams in Class B North, two high-scoring offenses. What are some of the things that you're expecting to see out here on the court tonight?
Well, Zach, expecting these teams to get up and down as we we see by their scoring averages, 83.5 for Orono, 78 for Foxcroft. Don't expect any different tonight, Zach, but do expect the defense is going to have to make a big play. Somebody's going to have to get a big rebound. They're going to have to do other things because honestly, though, both teams have averaged a lot of points. But these teams haven't seen competition like they're about to see tonight here at Foxcroft Academy.
Absolutely, and you mentioned the defense a minute ago there. Just to reiterate some of the defense for these two sides, Foxcroft Academy, they're coming in with the best score differential in Class B at holding opponents under 34 points a game at 33.5, where you've got the Orono Red Riots with the second best score differential in Class B. They're holding opponents under 50 at 47.5 a game. So two offenses that can get up and down and score a lot of points, but early season, maybe it's competition, but defenses have been holding up as well.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely they have, and we've been, defense have to hold up. The competition is just going to get tougher. Class B is very tough. These two teams have had lopsided wins in their first two games, but as we said, the schedule's going to get much tougher. Everybody expects Orono, Ellsworth, Old Town to be in the top three. Foxcroft wants to make a statement tonight, say, hey, we're still there too. We finished number 3 last year. We still got a lot of talent, and we should be in the mix too.
Absolutely, and we're running through a lot of these stats tonight. There's going to be a lot of eyes on this game out here, Mark Callen, as this has been a highlighted game around the state of Maine, considering these two teams and their scoring ability. Kind of talk about Maine basketball rankings and how we've gotten a lot of our information for this one.
Yeah, definitely. Lucas McNally does a great job with that website. Check it out, Maine basketball rankings. It's he gives great insight on every team. He has rankings on there. Very good heel point, up-to-date, accurate heel point standing. So check that out, and shout out to him in that site. That's definitely where we get a lot of our information for these broadcasts. So kudos to him.
Absolutely, and we're going to have more information for you on some of the athletes to expect in tonight's action following a brief commercial message. Thank you for joining us on the Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union pregame show. You're watching Maine High School basketball with Eastern Maine Sports.
They are the families, the businesses, the organizations, the pieces that make up the communities that helped build us. We're Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union, serving, building, fostering our communities for more than 50 years. And now, serving all of Piscataquis, Penobscot, and Somerset counties. Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Personal service, shared value. MHFCU.com.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Sluggers Baseball and Softball Training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as HitTrax that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Welcome back here to Foxcroft Academy as we prepare for tonight's action between the Foxcroft Academy Ponies and the visiting Orono Red Riots. Thank you for rejoining us on the Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union pregame show. Real quickly, we want to take the opportunity to thank some of our sponsors who help make these broadcasts possible. Black Bear Crane is a family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Herman, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons. From roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection, to modular home and communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today. Also want to thank a new sponsor joining us, Sonny from Hartley's. If you need a vehicle, contact Sonny, Sean, Brian, or Ryan at Hartley's. Easy financing available. Great selection of new and used vehicles. Call 207-368-5751. And with that, Mark, let's get into some of the athletes we anticipate seeing tonight based on what they've done so far this season. Just starting it off on the Ponies side, a few names of the many to watch out for over there. We've got Jaden Richard coming into this game. 2-game sample size, but nonetheless, he's averaging 14.5 a game, 5.5 assists a game with 4.5 steals a game. So pretty impressive from him. Oliveira, who's not here tonight, actually. I'm not going to be seeing him in action tonight, but he came into this one averaging 15 a game with 6.5 rebounds. So be interesting to see how his absence plays a part in tonight's action, giving his stats on the season. Also, a name that if you were joining us in the football season, you definitely heard a lot of, Caden Crocker. He's coming in tonight averaging 13 points, 3.5 assists, 3.5 steals, and 4.5 rebounds. So that's a pretty solid stat sheet on him. What do we got on the Orono side?
Well, P.S. Walston leads the way. We in our opener, actually, he was a Bangor Savings Bank player of the game and a win over MCI. He's averaging 20.6 assists, 6.5 steals, really lighting it up so far early this season. They've got a couple more, actually they got 3 more players averaging double figures. They got Ben Francis is averaging 10 points a game. Will Francis is averaging 10.5 points and 7 rebounds a game. And Hughes, he's averaging 12.5 points a game. He got 23 of those in that last the win over a young Herman team. Very impressive there. You know, you'll see him out there. You know, you might not think he can put it up, but he certainly can. He can really light it up.
Yeah, the freshman came out last game versus Herman, went 9 of 13 from the floor, 3 of 7 from the three-point line. So a player that can definitely score the ball, and early season confidence for the freshman there, getting key minutes. And obviously that was a win big for the Red Riots, so maybe there are a few more minutes spread around all over the place. But when you have a freshman step up and get you 23 points in big-time action, anytime that happens, it's going to be good for you and your squad.
Yeah, and good for the future of your program.
Yeah. With that, Mark, we're going to send it to possibly one more commercial break. Before we do, though, we want to show you some highlights, some few replays from our previous action. Again, here at Foxcroft Academy, the girls' side there, Ponies up against the Central Red Devils in what was a great bit of action. Pass to Allen, a lot of contact. They're going to let him play. Pull up 3. Pass ahead to Allen. Another turnover here. Transition opportunity. Allen up and in for 2. Allen now contending this full court pressure. Nice pass inside. Speed. Oh, falling as well. Nice pass inside. Page. She's back up and in. And the foul. With the follow again off the mark there. Riley Speed came away with it. She gets a let to take it back out. Try to set up an offense here. Nice drive. Throws up a runner. Up and in. Page comes away with another offensive rebound for this Ponies team as Weymouth are in this second half of action. Pass out to Allen. She has a clean look at it. Knocks it down.
Second half.
That it is. Annie Raines throws up a three-point attempt. Going to get fouled by Speed.
Playing well, rebounding and also, but now Central goes away on the fast break. Nobody back for Mary Allen.
And that's
because it's going to be open with Foxcroft having to press inside.
Speaking of open, Page knifes inside.
Ral's Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing a vehicle, Ral's Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rowell's Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover, Foxcroft, Maine. Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Sluggers baseball and softball training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as Hit Tracks that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
They are the families, the businesses, the organizations, the pieces that make up the communities that helped build us. We're Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union, serving, building, fostering our communities for more than 50 years. And now, serving all of Piscataquis, Penobscot, and Somerset counties. Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Personal service, shared value. MHFCU.com.
Welcome back here to Foxcroft Academy as we prepare for the starting lineups for tonight's action, followed by the national anthem, and the only thing left after that will be the tip-off. Thank you again for joining us on the Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union pregame show. We'll rejoin you following the starting lineups and the national anthem.
For tonight's boys basketball game between the visiting Riots and Orono High School and your Foxcroft Academy Ponies. Foxcroft Academy and Orono are both proud members of the Big East Boys Basketball Conference, and we value sportsmanship. Please cheer positively for all the players involved. We hope you enjoy tonight's game. Now let's meet the starting for this contest. First, for the visiting Orono Riots. At guard, number 10, Pierce Walston. At guard, number 24, Ben Francis. At forward, number 20, Ellis Spalding. At forward, number 32, Will Francis. And at center, number 50, Noah Schaff. Orono's coached by Ed Coella, assisted by Ryan Charette and Kyle Lins. And now, the starting lineups for your Foxcroft Academy Ponies. At guard, a 5'10 junior, number 3, J.D. Richard. And the other forward, a 5'10 senior, number 14, Cameron Chase. At the other guard, a senior, number 23, Caden Proctor. At the other forward, a 6'2 senior, number 31, Adam Cutter. And at center for the Ponies, a 6'6 senior, number 44, Ivan Mutichia. The Ponies are coached by Tony Nelson, assisted by Ryan Baker and Drew Bennett. The officials for today's game are Miss Martin and Mr. Maroon. Now we ask, as you all please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back after the starting lineups and the national anthem. Only thing left is the tip-off here. Real quickly, Mark, while we have the opportunity, let's run down the starting lineups again in case they weren't heard before. On the Red Riot side, you have Pierce Walston, Ellis Spalding, Ben Francis, Will Francis, and Noah Schaff.
And for the Ponies, Jaden Richard, Cameron Chase, Caden Crocker, Adam Connor, and Ivan Mudachev are the starters for the Ponies. So here we go, Zach.
Well done. Well done there, Mark Callan.
Yes, we are ready. Again, kind of a late season feel here at Foxcroft Academy, and it's third game into the season for both teams.
Francis came away with a tip-off. Controlled now by Ben Francis. Early pull-up three off the mark. A lot of action so far. Pierce Walston on the drive, off the mark again, but it was Ben Francis went up and in for two.
One of the things Coach
Pierce Walston, sorry, I believe.
Ben Francis.
Ben Francis, I was right the first time.
One of the things Coach Nelson said that they can't do is allow second and third shots, and that's what just happened.
Early foul on the other end all the same. And, Mark, you did have the opportunity to talk to both coaches earlier on, and as you just mentioned, Toby Nelson, those second and third opportunities, you can't allow them.
And that's first possession. You definitely can't be happy with that.
But nice pass from Richard into Connor. Connor unable to finish. Another rebound pulled down by Francis and the Red Riots as they race back. Good action. They move the ball so fluently in the half court. Walston has it now. Pass off to Will Francis.
You mentioned how well they moved the ball. We saw them in their opener, and this is what they had for the full 32 minutes.
Nice pass over to Pierce Walston. Elbow line jumper off the mark there. Another rebound inside. That time Schaff came away with it. But Crocker, good job. Able to box out there. Going to be another foul early on against the Red Riots as they come out in full court pressure here, Mark.
Yep, and kind of beating the point to death here, but again, offensive rebounds in the first two possessions is definitely not going the way the Ponies want.
On a whole, you could say the size advantage is in the Red Riots' favor. Obviously, Mudachev in the middle there, a big presence for this Pony squad. But Richard trying to be a big presence early on as well. Nice elbow line, pull-up, foul line jumper off the mark, and Schaff came away with it.
Yeah, and on the other end, Orono's doing a good job limiting the Ponies to one shot.
That they are. Schaff sets a screen. Francis has a clean look at it off the mark, and Crocker now racing in transition. Nice pass away to Connor. Is tipped for a moment, but Richard, he got it, gets it back. That's going to be a foul.
Beautiful pass by Richard to set that whole thing up.
Give Crocker a lot of credit in the half court. On the other end, too, as well, able to race back, create an opportunity there, and that's going to be another foul on Francis. Will Francis picks up his second.
That's a big development early.
Just a little over a minute and a half into the game mark. Crocker off on the first free throw. I hate to bring it up this early, but in a game like this, every point's going to matter. We saw that on the girls' side in our last broadcast action here as well. Crocker hits the front of the rim, up and in on the second, so the Ponies get involved in the scoring action tonight.
Yeah, unless, 2 fouls on Francis. We'll see how long he's on the bench.
Pass inside. That's going to be a kicked ball there by Mudachev, and going to stay with the Red Riots.
See, Orono is deep, but when you lose one of the Francises or Walston, that's a big development.
Yep, and I believe it's going to be Van de Stein off the bench replacing Francis. Is Crocker, just like we saw in football, able to intercept that one all the way to the rim. Player control foul goes against Caden Crocker. Right idea there. Player control foul by Spalding, able to get back in transition, take one.
And you saw the end of that replay on the back end of that offensive foul.
Francis now bringing the ball down. Screen set by Schaff. Van de Stein thought about it. Pass inside. Walston, nice extra pass over to Schaff. Off the mark. Rebounded by Chase. Battled around for a moment, but Crocker finally comes away with it. You can see the Ponies. They're trying to push the tempo early on here. Good pass inside. Post-up situation. Just off the mark. Rebound by Schaff.
3 rebounds already by Schaff.
You can tell that the energy, the Ponies are trying to keep an up-tempo game here, where the Red Riots, they're content to play a lot of half-court offense right now early on. Going to be a 3-second call there, I believe, on Vandestein. Taps the chest, admits it was him, and going to be going the other way for two high-scoring offenses here, Mark. A lot of misses early on.
Yeah, certainly. And I want to point out, Walston averages 6.5 assists early on. You can see why. He really creates a lot of the offense.
Yeah, and you can also see he's mirroring Richard up and down the court as Mudichev got a little excited on that one. Going to be whistled for the travel there.
Richard averages 14.5 points a game. That's why you want to keep an eye on him.
Definitely sets the tempo for this offense, Mark.
And Walston averages 20 on the other side.
And he's guarding Walston on the other end, so that's a matchup to watch all night, those two going at it. Vandestein the ball now right in front of the Ponies bench. Walston, he's looking to get involved in the scoring. Fade away from the elbow, up and in for two. Walston, he's looking to get involved in the scoring. Fade away from the
Saw that replay. Nice shot by Walston to get him in the scorebook.
4-1 our score really early on here. Ponies looking for their first score from the field. They have the lone free throw to fall in off the hand of Crocker. Richard, that was great body control. Ended up doing a kind of a split there. Tried to repost him up, but good job, good understanding by Richard to pull that ball back out. Richard, tight dribble. Pull up off the mark, rebounded inside by Ben Francis.
And he also has 3 rebounds already. So him and Schaff have 3 rebounds each. Been a key early on.
Oh, matchup to watch here, as I mentioned before, as it was Walston trying to go one-on-one against Richard. Now a lot of traffic in the corner. Walston, extra pass. Vandestein off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Goes back to Vandestein. Ben Francis, clean look. Off the mark, and another rebound by Vandestein up and in for two. Back to Vandestein. Ben Francis, clean look. Off the mark, and another. Coach Toby Nelson's going to want to take a timeout, talk about what's going on in the early action here. We're going to take a quick commercial break and rejoin you.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating of conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangor office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
Welcome back here early on. 3:51 remaining here in the first quarter of action between the Ponies and the Red Riots. 6-1 our score. Mark, rebounding advantage definitely in the favor of the Red Riots.
Yeah, 9-3 early. We've only played about half of this first quarter, and it's 9-3. One of the keys, Coach Nelson told us, is rebounds, and it's all been Orono. So, we talk about the high pace and up and down, but you got to box out and got to get those limit them to one shot.
Absolutely, and for two teams that have scored a lot of points, the Ponies mentioned it a few minutes ago, but they're still looking for their first score from the field in tonight's action. It's Crocker. He got a screen set there. Also have a substitution in as it looks like Wyatt Rayfield checks into the game. He's going to have a chance at a layup off the mark. Battles for it, gets his own miss. Kick out corner. Crocker off the mark. Richard, this time he comes away with it. Still off the mark. Crocker the tip. Well, that'll help him get back into the rebound category there, but
just couldn't finish. They had shots, so point-blank shots. They just couldn't finish there.
Oh, yeah, unable to get one to fall so far in the game. Richard looking to get the ball in play here. Finds Connor. Layup up and in for two. So Adam Connor, good job, able to get the Ponies involved in the scoring here. Cuts the lead to 3. Speaking of 3 from the corner off the mark. Crocker, he's coming away with it, racing in transition. All the way to the rim, a lot of contact. Hard. All the way to the rim, a lot of contact. Hard foul at the rim there. It's going to be the 4th foul in the opening quarter against these Red Riots. That one's going to go against Caden Gray, number 14.
So, we mentioned the rebounder for Orono. Well, Crocker has 4 of his own here early on.
Definitely helping get the Ponies back in favor of the rebounding category is when we came back from break. I believe the advantage you mentioned, Mark, was 9-1. Red Riots' advantage is almost threw that one away. Pierce Walston able to athletically save that ball. Pass back to him in the corner. Now going to try to post up. A lot of traffic going on right now. Good rebound by Rayfield.
And since that last time out, Coach Nelson had a chance to get a little word in on them. They're doing a better job rebounding.
And speaking of better job, Caden
Chance
Crocker.
to get a little word in on them. They're doing a better job.
Caden Crocker knocks down the three-pointer there. He's now got 4 on the game. 3 from the corner. That's huge.
You don't want to let him get going. He did last game.
23 last game against the Herman Hawks. Continuing where he led off from that last performance. Now looking for the post-up opportunity on the other end of the pony. Blocked out of bounds. Now looking for the post-up opportunity on the other end of the pony.
Lot of action here, Zach, and both sides are getting in on the action, and what a block there.
What a block it was.
The sophomore shaft block there.
It's Jackson Smith trying to get the post-up advantage for the Ponies against Hughes.
I want to mention Jackson Smith. He's been out for the first 2 games for the Ponies, so Coach Nelson and the Ponies glad to have him back on the floor.
That they are. 1:53 remaining in this opening quarter. Pass along the baseline. Jackson Smith going to try to take a shot at the rim. Up and in for 2. Pass along the baseline. Jackson Smith going to try to take a shot at the rim. Up and in for 2. Ball stolen right back there. Wyatt Rayfield went up and in for 2. I believe that was during our replay. It happened so fast. Good presence of mind by Wyatt Rayfield, the quarterback for the football team. Good play there. Good defense by Richard on Pierce Walston. The miss. Crocker the ball in transition. Pass inside. Smith. He made the shot.
What a move.
Player control foul. Smith. He made the shot.
What a move.
Player control foul. Good presence of mind by Brady Hughes on the interior there.
Yeah, he's,
He understands he doesn't have the size advantage, but he has the mental capacity to be able to figure out how to get the ball back for his squad.
He plays like a senior out there.
That he does, and great presence of mind, and it looks like the Ponies are going to be coming out in the full court here as Adam Connor checks in to replace Mudachev.
What a good first quarter, just as we expected, a lot of action.
As Brady Hughes and Pierce Walston had different ideas on what to do on that inbounds. Turnover for the Red Riots as Ben Francis set the check back in. He's going to replace Pierce Walston, getting a early breather in tonight's action. Pass in. Crocker lines up a 3. Too strong off the mark. Jaden Richard the rebound. Takes a shot up and in for 2. Brady Hughes now bringing the ball up for the Red Riots. Hand off to Ben Francis. Kick to the corner. One more pass. Shot opportunity. Up and in for 3.
Adam Sherman
gets involved. Nice shot by him. He's got 3. Richard now. Nice dribble. Up and in. Plus the harm. And he's got 3. Richard now. Nice dribble. Up and Jaden Richard looks to the crowd, says, "Talk to me." Adds 2 points. Chance for one more.
Oh, did they not count it? Oh, yeah, they did count it. Yep.
It did, just a little delayed.
So first free throw attempt for Richard. The Ponies have gone 3 for 4 off Crocker before this.
Off the mark on that attempt, and that's going to be a foul on Richard from behind. Definitely caught a little bit of the arm there. Good job by Caden Gray. I gotta say, Mark, it's awesome to be mixed in with the crowd here from the bleachers, able to, soak up the energy and atmosphere all around us at the same time as we bring the game to you. It's a good environment here. Capacity crowd, sellout, student section dressed up as Santa Claus. Got a little bit of it all going on here as Brady Hughes tries to get this Red Riots offense going with 35 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, as I said, like a late season game, except Santa Claus wouldn't be here late season because it'd be February.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe vacation. Pass out of bounds between the wickets there. Ben Francis, the turnover. the energy and momentum has definitely shifted around later into this first quarter.
And it's been since they got a chance to talk over there and probably kind of focus on the rebounding thing, limits them to one shot. They picked up the pressure, came out with more intensity after that timeout.
And knowing Coach Toby Nelson, this is going to be a one-shot opportunity type situation to end the quarter. Maybe a 2-3 zone here for the Red Riots. They do have 5 fouls early on in this first quarter. Good pass inside. Kicked one more. Wyatt Rayfield off the mark on the layup. Batted around. Ben Francis, he's going to have a chance. Throws up a prayer off the mark. First quarter, that's how it's going to end. 16 Ponies, 12 Red Riots. You're watching Maine High School basketball with Eastern Maine Sports.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Welcome back here to Foxcroft Academy. That was an exciting first quarter. Had a little bit of everything. Maybe not as high scoring as we're accustomed to with these two squads, as they've spoiled us with such good offense early on this season. But on either side, you have 5 scorers involved on either side in the scoring column here, with Caden Crocker leading the way for the Ponies with those 6 points. On the other side, you got Hughes, who hit a 3, Sherman, who hit a 3. An important storyline, Will Francis had 2 fouls within the first roughly minute and a half of this game. Hasn't checked back in, so if this lead starts to increase for the Ponies, that's a big if. You might have to see him come back in with those 2 fouls.
We talked about 9-2 early rebounding edge. It's only 11-10 now, so things changed in a hurry.
That they did. Jaden Richard tried to pass that one off to Connor. Connor tried the shuffle pass. Good defense by the Red Riots as Richard off the mark. Tried to get that one to roll home. Fell off the front of the rim there. Richard, 4 points, but he's been tasked with a lot of responsibility early in this one. Walston, who's checked back in. Those two are guarding each other. That's a matchup we're going to be watching all night as another miscue. Uncharacteristic of this Red Riots offense. Just a little bit off early on.
When things started to change around 2 things. When Coach Nelson got a chance to talk during timeout. Also when 2 fouls happened, the second foul happened on Will Francis.
Richard calling for the screen. Kicks out to Crocker. Crocker, nice little floater inside. Muchaf, rebound, up and in for 2.
So they're the ones getting the second shots now. After early in the game, it was Orono.
That they are. And now Francis, the pull-up jumper, 1 and done on this trip for the Red Riots. Richard pulls down the rebound.
So Richard had 4 points, 3 rebounds from the guard position, and doing a lot of stuff on the defensive end, guarding their lead, Walston.
That he is. Now trying to get all the way to the rim. He does, up and in for 2.
Walston.
That he is. Now trying to get all the way to the rim. He does. On the other end, it was Pierce Walston who had the ball taken away from him by Richard, as you saw Richard get to the rim on the replay there. Kick out to the corner. Chase, he's going to take a look at it. Off the mark rebound. Pierce Walston. Now Red Riot starting to push the tempo a little bit here, Mark.
Yeah, they might want to kind of change the momentum, maybe push it a little bit. I mean, they're averaging over 80 points a game.
That they are. Schaff looking for the post up. Good defense inside. Kick to Pierce Walston. Off the mark. Knocked out of bounds.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Ponies, they're going to get the ball back here. Connor on the inbounds there. Not that it's going to play any importance, but didn't have complete control, so the ball kind of just rolled in. A little lucky there that nobody was up there for the Red Riots. It's Richard now. Going to receive the screen from Mudachev. Pass inside to Connor. Up and in for 2.
What a pass by Richard. He's doing so much out there right now.
Richard is impacting the game all over the place out here so far. Defensively, offensively, scoring, passing, rebounding even. Richard's having an impressive performance early on in this one.
And the Ponies are doing this without their leading scorer through the first 2 games.
As Pierce Walston, speaking of leading scorers.
And the Ponies are doing this without their leading scorer through the first 2 games.
As Pierce Walston up and in for 2. He's only got 4 on the game so far. Expect him to start getting his shots up. Speaking of shots, Jaden Richard to the rim. start getting his shots up. Speaking of shots, Jaden Richard to the rim. Nice take by Jaden Richards, going to lead to an Ed Catala timeout. We're going to take it with him. 24-14, Ponies up.
To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Sluggers Baseball and Softball Training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as Hit Tracks that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
Back here.
Welcome back. Here is Foxcroft. They're up 24-14, having a nice second quarter.
Since that timeout, and credit Chris Lessner for this information, 23-7 run for the Ponies. So a lot of things changed when they started rebounding and kind of got talking to there a little bit.
Yeah, and that goes back to what Coach Toby Nelson said before the game for the Ponies. If they can control the rebounding game, not allow second chance opportunities, they can compete and thrive in this action. As Will Francis is checked back in. Keep in mind, he had 2 early fouls. Walston, hounded and harassed by Jaden Richard, knocked out of bounds, going to stay the way of the Red Riots. Walston now. Passes in, one extra pass. Pass inside again to Schaff. That was excellent ball movement there by the Red Riots.
Yeah. Walston's does such a good job creating things.
That he does. As Chase on the other end tries to pass that one off to Connor, almost tipped away. A lot of the points have come at the rim for this Pony squad as they try to go to the rim on that one. Mudachaff almost tipped it in. But good rebound inside by the Red Riots. Will Francis has it in transition opportunity. Walston, he loves that foul line area as a three-pointer put up here off the mark. Mudachev, the rebound. One and done again.
It's quite a presence inside. They lost a key player last year in Brickage, but they definitely got a couple pieces there to kind of fill that spot.
That they did is Crocker. He took a look at a three there off the mark. Battle for the rebound, taken away by the Red Riots.
Speaking of Brickage, we hope to have him at halftime as a halftime guest.
He is on the Ponies bench right now as he is returned. Poked away by Richard. In transition is Crocker. Threw that one up at the rim. A lot of contact, no call. Still battling for it. Will Francis, they're going to call the block against Jaden Richard there.
Richard has 3 fouls, so that's big.
That is massive in this first half, and he's not happy about it, but he's going to have to come out probably for the remainder of this first half. Maybe you can try to get him back in late, but
he is coming out.
He didn't want to. Tried to fight that for all he could, but
it's a big moment here because Richard has been the one making things happen here early on. He has the 8 points. He has the 3 rebounds and 1 assist, but the key part is his defense.
That indeed is Will Francis back into the game. He still has those 2 fouls. So that's a player to watch as he takes a step back. Might have been a long 2. Off the mark all the same. Connor comes away with it for the Ponies. Now Crocker in transition. Extra pass. Chase to Rayfield. Nifty pass out of the post there for Chase.
Got a score update from Central. Central girls are up over Dexter 23-13 at halftime.
Thanks for the update there as Mudachev the handoff to Crocker. Crocker kicked it back out. Rayfield takes a look at it off the mark. Will Francis the rebound. Brady Hughes, he has a 3-0 so far in this action. Thrown up, they're going to say it was tipped. It's going to stay with the Red Riots. Checking back into the game, Jackson Smith and Ben Francis replacing Will Francis.
Yeah, they want to be careful. I mean, best cases, he goes in the second half with these 2 fouls here.
And that play with Richard could have gone either way. Ben Francis shot off the mark. Tipped away by Spalding. Good pass inside. Vanetta Stein up and in for 2.
Again, a key stretch here for the Ponies the last 3 minutes of the half with Richard on the bench with the 3 fouls.
Pass inside goes to Jackson Smith. Battle for the ball. They're going to call him for a hold.
So that's the 6th team foul on the Red Riots. So the next one will be shooting the Ponies.
They had 5 in that opening quarter, so give them a lot of credit playing pretty much foul-free basketball up to that point this second quarter. Mudichev the ball top of the key. Finds Connor. Connor takes a dribble, pull-up jumper off the mark. Mudichev battling for it, but good rebound inside. Venetestein pulled it down. Walston in transition now. Brady Hughes has a clean look at it up and in for 3.
When he gets that release, it's a quick release.
He leads all Red Riots early on. He's got 6 following the 2 threes.
He was their leader last game.
Got a little too excited there. Got a little too up on Wyatt Rayfield. Going to get called for the hand check, and that's going to be free throws. So you like the aggression. You like trying to see a freshman make plays, but a little too much energy there on that play. Opportunity for Rayfield from the free throw line.
Rayfield, the quarterback of the football team. Both of these teams, many names you remember from football season. Foxcroft State champions in Class D. Orono, the Northern Maine champions, 8-man small.
Rayfield was off on that one, but Walston on the other end gets the call. Rayfield got a little too close to him there. And now either way, for the rest of the half, we're going to at least be shooting 1-and-1 on fouls here. Walston. Keep in mind, Richard out for the Ponies. 3 fouls. Walston going to go all the way to the rim. Off the mark. Mudichev tips it to Jackson Smith. Smith ahead to Connor. Connor up and in for 2.
Jackson Smith's been making a lot happen. Woo.
Rayfield knocks that one out of play. Brady Hughes had the right idea there, just not quite enough on that pass to get it to Walston.
Tough making a cross-court pass when you're going up against a bunch of athletes like on the court for both teams here tonight.
Absolutely. Ben Francis trying to get to the rim on that opportunity. Hands off to Walston. Walston foul from behind, goes against Mudichev there. Walston so quick with the dribble mark, able to get to the rim almost at ease. Walston, only 4 points here in the first half up to this point.
And that's their first free throw attempt of the game, Zach. So 0 for 1 on the other end. The Ponies are 3 for 5.
Red Riots shoot around 60% from the free throw line so far and through 2 games of the season. Walston good on the second as they're going to stay in the full court pressure here.
Trying to take advantage of Richard on the bench, but Ponies were able to get across there pretty easily.
Good job by the Ponies and Mudichev. Get that one back out top. Rayfield took a look at a 3 off the mark. Shaft Smith.
Nice shot by Smith, keeping the possession.
Good catch there, Mark. Ripped that one away. Very close to a jump ball situation. Crocker now approaching a minute. 1:10 left in this first half. Jackson Smith takes a shot, makes it from the post there.
Yeah, he's been such a key since coming in off the bench here for Coach Nelson and the Ponies.
Yep, now under 1 minute remaining here in this first half. 28-22. Ben Francis takes a look at it off the mark. See if Coach Toby Nelson tries to play for one shot here with Richard having those 3 fouls. I think he'd take a 6, maybe more point lead heading into the second half. Crocker kicks to the corner. Mudichev rims in and out. Now the Red Riots are going to have an opportunity before the half expires here. Walston, he's going to get all the way to the rim. Got Mudichev off his feet. Coach Toby Nelson jumped off his feet from the sideline as well. That's going to be Mudichev's second.
So Walston's 1 for 2 from the line. You have 2 more here.
Nothing but nylon on the first. Now up to 6 on the game. Substitution checking in, replacing Noah Schaff is Mason Kenny.
First appearance for Kenny.
Up and in on the second as well as Walston, so he's got 7.
I think they definitely want to hold it now for the last shot if they can.
Yep, and the Red Riots are going to make that tough. Kick to the corner.
Oh.
Rayfield wanted Mudachev to check in across. Mudachev stayed with it, got the rebound. Jackson Smith the rebound, up and in for 2. Mudachev never gave up on that ball. Led to a Jackson Smith layup. Walston kicks. Venetestein has an opportunity. Walston on the other end. That's going to count. Kicks. Venetestein has an opportunity. That's going to be how this first half expires. Pierce Walston on the putback. That brings the score 30-26. Advantage Ponies through one half of action. We're going to take a quick break and rejoin you for the Black Bear Crane halftime show.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangalore office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business. To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangalore office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Wherever you want. That doesn't matter. Yeah. Welcome back here to Foxcroft Academy. We are now in the halftime, Black Bear Crane halftime show. I'm joined by Flip Brigich, a former Foxcroft Academy pony, and you know, we got to cover some of your games and watch you as a player. You did a lot of positive things out on the court. Let's just start off with, you know, what did it mean to play here? What was your experience life like being an athlete at the school?
Yeah, it was amazing. I love it here. I will always come back here for the rest of my life, 100%. And I just like to be here around these people, and the team is good now this year as well, so it's good to watch.
Yeah, and you're very good as well. You were a Bangor Savings Bank player of the game multiple times when we covered some of your games. What have you been up to since, you know, your graduation from Foxcroft Academy? I believe you're at a prep school.
Yeah, I'm at a prep school in Florida. It's called Florida Coastal Prep. And I think I've improved very much. We play really good competition. We played a lot of JUCOs. We just played top 10 JUCO in the whole nation. We got beat pretty badly, but again, you get better from it. You know, you just improve. The better competition you play, the better you'll play, you'll improve more, and that's what we are doing. And I think it was a right decision for me to go to that prep school.
Absolutely, and take note of that. That was very wise what he just said. Competition breeds success, even if you don't always win those games. What, if any, lessons have you learned here at Foxcroft Academy that kind of helped prepare you for the prep school phase and making that transition to what is a higher level of play anytime you make that next jump? What are some of the lessons you took from here to your travels down to Florida?
Yeah, so the first of all, I mean, that's kind of a given, but like you can't win by yourself. You need your teammates to do the work on defense, like make shots, also do smart plays and stuff like that. But and also that you can share, you can like teach each other. You need to pick each other up. So because without that, it's not gonna be the best time.
Also, very good life lessons here, folks. Well, you have a high basketball IQ. I think that's fair to say. I mean, 30-26 advantage for the Ponies right now. It was kind of a back and forth half there. What do you think the conversation is like on both sides at halftime right now? What are the Ponies looking to do in the second half? And then after that, what do you think the Red Riots need to do? I know you're a Pony, but put on your hat.
So I think we, first of all, need to secure the ball better. I think we should, obviously on defense, I think we should run more pick and rolls because it was working. And some of the guys, I mean, in my opinion, I don't think most of the guys can guard guys like Jaden and Kaden on that team, so I think they can just play one-on-one. And then the other guys just need to, if they double team, they just obviously pass it down for an easy layup. I think that's the most important thing for the Ponies. And then now for the Riots, I mean, I'm not really like looking into what they need to do better, but they're shooting the ball, or I don't know what's his name, that freshman kid. Like he made
Hughes.
Okay, he made 2 threes. They're not their main players are not shooting the ball that great. What I'm trying to say, which I think it's a reflection of Foxcroft's good defense, especially on-ball defense. But I mean, it's a good game, as you see. It's 4.
Absolutely. 4:07 left here at halftime. Philip, thank you so much for joining us here. It's a pleasure to get to talk to you again.
Good to see you too.
You have definitely grown. We're going to take a quick break. Want to thank Philip one more time for joining us.
Thank you.
We're going to be back on the Black Bear Crane halftime show.
Thank you.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business. To Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine. Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Welcome back here to the Black Bear Crane halftime show. We want to thank Philip Brickich one more time for joining us. Pleasure to get to talk to him again. Mark, I just love seeing athletes that we've had the opportunity to cover that next opportunity, and I know he's going to continue to do great things down in Florida. Real quickly, want to take the time to thank a few of our sponsors. Black Bear Crane is a family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Herman, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons. From roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection to modular home and communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today. Sonny Hartley's. If you need a vehicle, contact Sonny, Sean, Brian, or Ryan at Hartley's. Easy financing available. Great selection of new and used vehicles. Call 207-368-5751. So, Mark, we didn't get a ton of time there to talk about what we saw in that first half of action, but, I'm thankful that Brickage got us to break down a little bit of what to expect here on the Pony side. He is a Pony, so it was a little bit hard to get him to say what he expected from the Red Riots, but you got to give him credit for that and staying true to his colors.
I do want to say something, though. I heard a little bit of that interview. I was over here on the side, but he is coaching in his future.
Yeah, that he does.
Yeah, and
high basketball IQ.
Very, very knowledgeable, knows what's going on. I do want to give a couple of scores. We gave the Central up over Dexter 23-13 at halftime. That's a girls' score. A boys' score, Nokomis is up over Skowhegan 29-25 at halftime. Nokomis still very, very good, by the way.
Yep, so a few updates for you there. Pierce Walston, he had 9 points in that first half of action. Got it going kind of late there. Will Francis checked back in as well. He had some foul trouble there in that first half. A lot of contact at the other end. As Richard, he had 3 fouls in that first half. Player to watch early on. Tipped away. Will Francis, opportunity at the rim. Up and in for 2.
His first points of the game. Don't expect it to be his last, but he was in foul trouble most of that first half.
Really didn't get a ton of playing time due to those fouls. See how he can get himself going this second half as lead back down to 2. I believe it was as many as 10 at one point, Mark. Crocker off on the shot there. Mudichev went after the rebound, but either way, taken down by Pierce Walston. Walston now trying to go all the way to the rim. Will Francis to Ben Francis. Good extra pass, but good defense by the Ponies in the half court here. Pierce Walston, shot fake, gets it back. Now he's going to take it up and in for 3. Pierce Walston.
He's in double figures now. He has 12, and the Riots have the lead as he got another steal there.
Pierce Walston starting to take over the early part of this second half. Pull-up jumper off the mark. Adam Connor brings down the rebound as Richard tries to slow down the Ponies here.
Something to note, Zach, for people just joining us, Richard does have 3 fouls, got his third late in that first half, and he was very good when he was on the floor in that first half.
I believe 8 points in that first half of action for him. Pull-up jumper there off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Knocked out of play by Mudichev. Going to be going the other way.
First half, Orono had a quick early lead. Coach Nelson had timeout. Momentum changed. Might need something like that here in the early second half. This keeps going.
Very similar start. Pierce Walston up and in for 2. He's now got 14-5 within 2 minutes in this second half.
And they start this 7-0 run here to start the half.
And Richard driving to the rim there. Walston gets whistled for the foul. Don't believe he's in foul trouble. That's only his second, but it's an early second half foul, so something to potentially watch here for the Red Riots. Pass out top. Crocker, we know what he can do as a receiver. And Connor's going to get whistled for the hold against Will Francis.
And early on in this half, Will Francis has been the spark to this run. He's got 2 steals in this run and been kind of as I said, a spark who didn't get a lot of play time in that first half.
And we are going to get an early timeout here by Coach Toby Nelson. We're going to take it with him. You're watching Maine High School basketball with Eastern Maine Sports.
Rouse Garage in Dover Foxcroft to discover the difference between walking into a local dealership versus a big dealer that uses high-pressure tactics the second you drive onto the lot. From selling you a vehicle to servicing your vehicle, Rouse Garage will treat you like you are the only customer. While you're there, check out their state-of-the-art automatic car wash. Rouse Garage, call them at 207-564-3434 or visit them at 191 East Main Street in Dover Foxcroft, Maine.
Sluggers Baseball and Softball Training offers a variety of classes and leagues to expose you to a wider view of the game. Sluggers leads the way in baseball and softball training with industry-leading technology such as HitTrax that combines a traditional batting cage experience with modern analytics, all from the virtual diamond of your favorite ballpark. Check out Sluggers today on Facebook, schedule online, or call 207-951-2250 to start your journey with the best training staff around. Excellence starts at Sluggers.
Welcome back here to Foxcroft Academy. Coach Toby Nelson wanted to take a second to talk about things The Red Riots are on a nice run here to start this second half. Pass inside. Sent out of bounds by Pierce Walston.
Having that halftime guest made me think of the Bangor Savings Bank play of the game we held after the game. He got a few of those last year.
Yeah, we mentioned that during our interview. Philip Brikich, I want to thank him one more time for joining us during halftime. He definitely did receive that award tonight. Few men on either side competing for that Bangor Savings Bank player of the game. We got a long way to go before that's decided. As Connor decided to put up a 3 on that one off the mark.
I think that's Mudichev.
If that's on Mudichev, I believe that's going to be his third. It is. That's Mudichev's third early on in this second half. 5:25 left to play. He's staying in for the time being, but looks like Jackson Smith, he's at the scorer's table. He's probably going to check in next opportunity. Pierce Walston to Ben Francis now. Walston, he's been so active. Him and Will Francis pass inside to Schaff. One extra outside to Ben Francis. Off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Mudichev tips it. Taken away by Spalding. Runner off the glass, up and in for 2.
His first hoop of the game. And I think Richard having 3 fouls kind of affected that play. He backed off a little bit where he wouldn't have normally, I think. But good hustle there by Spalding and the Red Riots.
Mark, I believe the Ponies are looking for their first score of this second half here.
Yeah, 9-0 here.
Richard, good drive there. The foul's going to be going against Ben Francis. It's Will Francis that had the first half foul trouble. Ben Francis, that's his first of the game. As Jackson Smith does check in, replacing Mudichev. Checking in on the other side, Caden Gray and Venetistein.
They need a momentum switch here, do the Ponies.
That they do, and Jackson Smith provided great energy off the bench that first half. Crocker, pass inside. Connor up and in for 2. Good look by Caden Crocker. Pass inside to Adam Connor. That's how the Ponies get this second half started in terms of scoring. Nice extra pass. Venetistein from the corner off the mark. Will Francis got the offensive rebound, up and in for 2. Will Francis gets his 4th point of the game on that offensive rebound putback. Richard, foul line, pull up, off the mark. You know, Mark, one of the things we talked about that turned around the first half for the Ponies was the one and dones. We're seeing a lot of that out of the Red Riots, not allowing any second chance opportunities. As Walston to the rim, Smith, I believe, with the foul, chance for 2 at the line. That's Jackson Smith's second foul. Walston has 14 on the game.
4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal to go along with that.
Make that 15 as the first is good on the free throw attempts.
4 for 5 from the line.
Second is good as well. He's leading the way in terms of all scorers tonight with those 16 points. Coming up big this second half as well. 7 points in this third quarter alone. Pass inside. Good defense there by Will Francis. Caden Crocker hit a 3 that first half. You can't give him too much space. He's going to take that one to the rim. Nice dump off. Jackson Smith up and in for 2.
Nice pass there by Crocker.
I'm always very impressed with Jackson Smith's body control and his ability to get shots up at the rim. Walston sets a screen for Will Francis. Back up top to Walston. Calling for the screen this time, but takes a 3. In your face, why not, says Walston. Man up on him. That's just a great shot.
A big factor here is Richard hasn't been on him, and that's mainly because of 3 fouls. He did pretty well on him in the first half, but they need to be careful with him.
They might have to put him back on Jane Richard back on Walston. He did a good job. Good job by Jackson Smith, able to get 3 defenders in the air. See if that goes against Will Francis. If it is, it's his third. No.
But one of the reasons also that Richard had the 3 fouls in the first half because he was on Walston too.
That one actually went against Caden Gray, but it is his third. Smith good on the first from the free throw line.
He has 9 points in very limited minutes here, and I'm pretty sure this Coach Nelson said this is his first game back this year.
And he's making the most of it. 9 points off the bench. Second one in as well. Great looking shots, too, from Jackson Smith there, as now he's in double figures. Ben Francis. Pass out to Caden Gray in the corner. 3-point shot off the mark. Battle for the rebound taken away by Wyatt Rayfield. Extra pass ahead. Ponies looking to push the tempo. Caden Crocker, pull-up three. Crocker, he's got 9, cuts the lead to 3. Pony faithful getting back into it. Walston all the way to the rim. A lot of traffic. Battle for the ball. Has to kick it back out. Now it's going to be a foul against Connor. Impeded the drive of Ben Francis there.
4th team foul this half.
Started to feel the energy get back into the gymnasium here after not the best of starts to this second half for the Ponies.
But they've responded nicely after that big run by the Red Riots.
As you can see, Richard is back on Walston. Walston, one-hand pass over to Francis off the mark. Rayfield, he comes away with it. Been a few guys off the bench tonight that have just provided great energy, and Wyatt Rayfield's definitely one of them. Crocker, he hit it a moment ago, off on that attempt. Walston.
6 rebounds for Ben Francis.
Walston, the spin, fading away, gets going to get whistled for the travel there. Drag the pivot foot on the attempt on the spin. Walston's going to stay up on Richard, not try to let him get the ball. He does set a lot of the tempo for this Ponies offense. Crocker, he's feeling it, kicks the elbow line jumper off the mark. Battle for the rebound. Taken away by Will Francis. 1:30 remaining in this third quarter. Van Eddestein guarded by Jackson Smith. Smith definitely got a little bit too close there, a little too much pressure. That's the 5th foul on the Ponies in this third quarter. Coach Ed Catala, he's going to take a timeout here. We're going to take it with him with 1:22 remaining in the third quarter of action.
Brothers Meats is a family-owned and operated business located in Guilford, Maine. We operate a local retail meat market along with a slaughterhouse, smokehouse, and processing plants. Herring Brothers has all sorts of meats from already pre-cut all the way to cutting it right on the spot for you. Also, while you're there, don't forget to try their wicked good beef jerky that is made right in Guilford, Maine. Call them at 207-876-4395 or visit them at 346 Water Street Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Welcome back here to Foxcroft Academy. 39-42 advantage Red Riots. Devin Henderson checked in during the timeout for the Ponies, replacing Richard. Probably give him a breather for the remainder of this third quarter, as Connor's going to get whistled for the foul there.
They definitely been calling it tighter this
second half,
especially recently.
That's Connor's third, and that's 16 fouls. Going to be 1-1 from here on out for the Red Riots. Walston guarded by Rayfield. Going to get all the way to the rim. A lot of contact. That's a foul. Ponies are trying to be aggressive, trying to stay in the correct defensive position there, but that's going to go against Henderson.
So they're in the bonus here the rest of the half. So rest of this game.
Yeah, as that's the guy you want at the free throw stripe if you're the Red Riots. Walston, I have him down for 20 here, Mark.
20 points is correct. 7 for 8 from the line.
They got 21.
8 for 9 from the line. Yeah, as you said, I think Coach Nelson giving Richard a breather till the end of this half. Don't want to pick up a fourth here at the end of the half. Start the fourth with 3 fouls. And they're calling it consistent both ways. Definitely call it tighter.
And that's Will Francis's third foul. So foul trouble on either side. Definitely starting to peek in. Wouldn't be shocked if we saw Will Francis check out for the remainder of this third quarter. But pass into Rayfield. Back to Smith. Henderson inside. Extra pass. Wyatt Rayfield for 3. Strong off the glass. Adam Connor with the offensive rebound up and in for 2.
And he is in double figures, and that was a big one.
That's a big shot. Cuts the lead to 3. Big defensive possession here for the Ponies. Team control foul. That is Will Francis' 4th foul. They're going to call him for maybe a hit check there, Mark, because he's going to talk it over with the official, just try to see what the call was made for. When the conversations happen like that, I don't mind it, Mark. You know, that seemed like a respectful conversation just between Francis and the official. There was no body language negativity. That should be allowed in Maine High School basketball, but massive, massive play in this game.
Yeah, 4 fouls and probably on the bench till into the 4th quarter. Well, obviously it's 25 seconds left.
That's a bold prediction by you, Mark Callan, but I'm gonna side with you there. I do believe that's the last we've seen of Will Francis for the third quarter and then some.
Yeah.
Down to 15. Foul called there. Timeout. Coach Toby Nelson called a timeout there, I believe right as Rayfield was going to shoot it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Richard check back into this game.
For the offense.
For the offense, you say you are taking one shot as he goes to the scorer's table there, Mark.
Good call.
Yep. And we'll see if Will Francis returns. If you're
no, I don't think so, because no, on defense.
Good call on your end as well, then.
I think that broadcast with Coach Nelson in the last game kind of got you thinking the same.
Yeah, it's given him some energy as well. You can see a little pep in his step. As, in all seriousness, we really want to thank Coach Toby Nelson for joining us on the broadcast side of things. It was a pleasure to be able to call a game with him. Pleasure to call a game with you, too.
Thank you, Zach. I know it's not the same for you, but we do got...
you said it, not me.
We do got Coach Nelson's son, Joe, helping us on the camera tonight. Thank you to him.
So we'll definitely thank...
He's been helping with the producing side, helping with putting the score on the board, too, for you.
And score is 41-44 advantage Red Riots. They've really had a great third quarter. The Ponies have come on late into this quarter. Give the Ponies credit for kind of crawling back in, but Red Riots, they took full control, similar to how this game began, in a very similar style. Slow start for the Ponies, starting to ratchet it up towards the end of this quarter.
18-11 this quarter, the Riots have outscored the Ponies.
Looks like a 2-3 zone here, a 2-3 half-court trap maybe. Crocker, he's going to have a clean look at a 3. That's going to be tipped. Rayfield, turn away, up and in for 2. Benedestein passes it in. Walston over half court. Takes a look at it off the mark. That's going to be how this third quarter ends. 43-44. Advantage Red Riots. Stick around. We're going to bring you the fourth quarter following these commercial messages.
Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center is a practice that specializes in treating a variety of different conditions. We treat patients daily who suffer from chronic lower back and neck pain, headaches, repetitive stress disorders, work injuries, sports injuries, and more. Dr. Rick and our entire team at Ames Chiropractic are excited to welcome you to our brand new Bangalore office located at 43 Longview Drive, right behind Olive Garden. Ames Chiropractic Wellness Center, helping you to naturally feel and be your very best.
And stop by Kimball Insurance for all your insurance needs. Whether it be auto, home, farm, business, life, or health insurance, we have you covered. Our agents are ready to serve you and help you with your needs. Visit us at Kimball Insurance at 91 Main Street in Sangerville, Maine, online at KimballInsuranceAgency.com, or visit us on Facebook to see what we can do for you. Kimball's, your insurance is our business.
Back here to start this fourth quarter, we want to thank some of our sponsors. Black Bear Cranes, family-owned and operated crane and rigging service provider located in Herman, covering the state of Maine with cranes from 27 to 240 tons. From roof trusses, HVAC units, steel and precast erection to modular home and communications equipment. Call 977-BEAR today. As you saw the poke away there by Ben Francis, it was Walston that came away with it. Well, crowd wanted to travel there. Caden Gray looked like he got the 2 feet down. Richard on Walston. That's a matchup that we've been talking about all night, understandably so. Those two do so much for their respective squads. As Walston all the way to the rim, off the mark, batted around Crocker. He's going to come away with it in transition, all the way to the rim. They're going to call the block there. That's going to be Caden Gray's 4th foul. He's been getting a lot of the minutes for when Will Francis has checked out of the action. So it's going to be Creighton Crocker going to the line for 2. While we have a moment, I want to also thank Sonny from Hartley's. If you need a vehicle, contact Sonny, Sean, Brian, or Ryan at Hartley's. As Crocker good on the first. There's easy financing, available. Great selection of new and used vehicles. Call 207-368-5751.
Crocker's a third pony in double figures.
He's good on the second as well. And that gives the Ponies the lead. First time since early in that third quarter. Post up inside. Walston on Richard. You can tell they want to get another foul there. Good defense off the mark. Mudichev comes down with the board. Pass ahead to Richard. Crocker, he's going to go all the way to the rim. Up and in for two. Crocker, he's going to go all the way to the rim. Up and in for two. So you saw the layup there by Crocker. As Coach Ed Catala, he's going to take an early timeout here. We're going to keep it here as we just started this fourth quarter of action. So, nice start here, Mark, in the fourth quarter for the Ponies.
Yeah, Caden Crocker's definitely been a spark here. He drew that foul, got those 2 free throws, and then he got that basket. Before the season, we do the Foxcroft preview. We were told this Caden Crocker's team. He's the one that they need to step up in the big moments, and early in this fourth quarter, that's what he's done. On the other end, Walston has stepped up big. That third quarter was huge for him. Had 12 points in that quarter. They're going to be looking for him to lead the way here. They're going to put the ball in his hands. He doesn't necessarily have to score. He makes the right decisions when he has the ball. So that's important. And quick timeout, and because there's a good start here. Four quick points for the Ponies to start this this quarter.
And keep in mind, Will Francis, he's been battling that foul trouble all game. He's on the sideline right now with 4 fouls. Caden Gray also checked out with 4 fouls. That ball kicked. It's going to stay the way of the Red Riots. So on the court right now, you have Ben Francis. Again, for the Red Riots, you have Ben Francis, Walston, Spalding, Van Edestein, and Schaff.
This has lived up to the hype, Zach. Game of the day in the state, and it's proven to be that.
That it has. Is nice crossover. Going to be a travel called against Ben Francis. That's another turnover here in this fourth quarter, Mark.
Yeah, credit the Ponies' defense there.
As Walston, he's not going to allow Richard to get the ball. Real quick, for the first time in the broadcast, if you're watching and you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, completely free. You can stay up to date with all action we have going on for the remainder of the season. Mudichev off on the turnaround jumper. As Walston now racing down in transition. Hard screen there by Spalding. Pass inside. Schaff up and in for 2. Schaff now has 4 on the game. Important 2 points there, momentum-wise. Mudichev, he's camping in the post. Got close to a 3-second violation. That's going to be tipped off the hands of the Ponies. I actually agree with that call. It looked like Mudichev was the last one to get a hand on it. As checking back into the game is Will Francis. Keep in mind, he's got those 4 fouls, but when he's on the court, he is an impact player. Pass ahead to Ben Francis now. Will Francis now has it, looking to set something up for this Red Riot squad. Schaff sets a screen. Good patience being exhibited here out of the Red Riot side. They trail by 1. Still plenty of time left in this one. 5:35 left to play. That's going to be a team control foul called, and that's going to go against Ben Francis. Don't believe he's in foul trouble. Now, there aren't going to be free throws right now, but we're shooting bonus on either side for the remainder of this game. That was a 17 foul against the Red Riots.
I want to credit the refs. I mean, we said they've been calling it close, but they've been calling it both ways the same, and that's all you can ask for.
Yep, and the fouls are an indication of that. 7 either side. Richard has it now. Chase sets a screen there. Good poke from behind by Pierce Walston. He was wide open down court. Now going to set up in the corner. A lot of contact there. They didn't call one on that. And ultimately tipped out of bounds by Schaff. Walston tried drawing the contact there. Checking into the game now is Jackson Smith replacing Chase as he's going to check out of bounds. Back to his sideline.
So Orono goes back a little bit. They were picking up the pressure for a little bit. Now they're back half court.
Yep, just electing to stay in that half court defense is Crocker. He throws up a runner off the mark, batted back. Rebound taken by Crocker. Connor now A lot of action happening on the interior here. Crocker almost stolen away there by Ben Francis. He was going to jump that passing lane. Richard looking for the mismatch. Ben Francis, very good defender in his own right. Richard all the way to the rim. They're going to call a foul there. It's going to be Richard going to the line for 2. Richard doesn't even, I don't think Richard thought he was shooting that ball as he tried to take it out of bounds. They're going to say that one against Ben Francis. That's his 3rd.
I think there was a little talk going on the Orono side. I think both coaches would prefer both teams to stay away from that.
Yeah. It's been a very fun, competitive game so far as Richard, he's up and in on the first. That's actually his first points of this second half. He had 8 points before suffering that 3rd foul in that first half. Back in on the Red Riot side, Brady Hughes, he had 2 threes for the freshman there in that first half of action.
Yeah, I heard your halftime guest kind of talking about him a little bit.
Player to watch for sure. Jackson Smith tried to battle for the rebound following the miss there on the free throw. All the same in the hands of Pierce Walston. Pass inside goes to Will Francis. Kicked out. Spalding's going to have a clean look at it. Up and in for 3.
Shot.
Spalding, he's up to 5 now. Richard, he's going to take a look at a 3 off the back iron. Rebound, Schaff.
9 rebounds for Schaff.
You know, 2 teams that like to score the ball. This has been a game dictated by the defense of either side so far and the rebounding ability of each club. Take to the hoop, foul called. We're going to see who that goes against. That's Richard. That's his 4th.
When you get to the top of Class B, Zach, you're gonna have, it's gonna come down to the defense. These top teams, you got Orono, you got Foxcroft, you got Old Town, Ellsworth. You know, it's gonna come down to who plays the best defense and who wins these games.
Out of Wills, Pierce Walston, he's headed to the line. He's got 21. Up and in on that one. Crowd chanting 8-man football. He was quite good at that sport.
Yeah, that's not gonna be nothing to hang your head about.
Both schools very prideful of their sports, of course.
Where's your ring at as the next champ, but which they were runners up in the 8-man, very great season with Coach St. Clair and the Red Riots, that's for sure, and Coach White and the Ponies.
That's going to be Will Francis's 5th foul. Went for that ball. More talking on either side. Just like to see the game stay clean. But Will Francis just never was able to quite get in rhythm today, Mark. A lot of fouls.
Yeah, the biggest impact he made was the beginning of the second half when they went on their little run. He was a big key to that, and but both teams have had to deal with foul trouble. He's been in foul trouble. Richard has kind of played with foul trouble.
As Rayfield's off on the front end of the 1-and-1, and now foul against Connor, and that's going to be free throws at the other end.
Free throw shooting is going to come down to this. If that's Smith, that's his 5th.
I'll try to see who they call that one on. Waiting for the signal here.
Connor,
that's his 4th. Jackson Smith has 4. Richard has 3. The game's starting to get a little bit chippy out on the court.
This is who Orono wants at the line.
Yeah, Walston, he's been fantastic there all day. No broadcaster jinx intended or in effect on that one. He's up to 24 on the game, Mark. Definitely a contender for our Bangor 7th ranked player of the game. It would be his 2nd of the year, but, I mean, look at the score sheet, look at the game he's having.
11 for 12 from the line, too. And games like this, that's so important.
Good on the 2nd as well. So make that 25 on the game for him. More importantly, the Red Riots lead expands to 5. Now under 3:30 remaining here in this one. Poked away, that's going to be Ben Francis. All the way to the rim, up and in for 2. Largest lead in quite a while for the Red Riots. They're up 7. Richard, dump off to Smith. Pass inside, Mudachev handoff. Jackson Smith to the rim, up and in for 2. Smith, he has 12 off the bench. Been an impressive player to watch. Walston now, screen set. Offensive foul going to be called. No free throws as it's an offensive foul But that one's going to go against Spalding.
Yeah, they question every time, but they call them that every time. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's called consistently.
Spalding saying at the free throw line, maybe thinking it was going to be free throws. Not in this situation, but both sides are going to be in the double bonus for the remainder of this one.
Yeah.
Which means they're going to get
big possession he has that.
Absolutely massive as Crocker has it. Hand off to Richard. A little bit more patience on this possession. Coach Toby Nelson and his squad know how important this is. Smith.
Miscommunication.
Yeah, he thought he had Richard diving through. Tried to bring it back a little too late there. As Brady Hughes checks in, he's replacing Venetestein. Now the Ponies coming out in full court press. Pierce Walston going to have the ball chasing all the way down the court. That's going to be Schaff up and in, off the mark, I should say, and that's going to be Jackson Smith's 5th foul.
Very good job by him off the bench today. Key part to keeping this close. When they get Olivier back and him, that's going to be quite a combo off the bench for Coach Nelson.
That is a key point to mention is the Ponies, they are down. I'm not sure if it is their leading scorer, but Olivier is
coming in through the first 2 games.
Yeah, he's averaging 15 a game off the bench, so playing a pivotal role. Checking back in, I believe, is I can't tell if it was Connor or Rayfield who checked back into the game, replacing Smith. Schaff off on the first. Regardless, this is going to keep the game within a 2-possession game. 2:34 remaining in this fourth quarter of action. Schaff up and in on the second. He's now got 5 on the game. Richard has Walston on him full court. Hand off to Connor. Takes a look at it, drains it for 3. He's got 13. He has such a pretty looking shot as well there, Mark. Quick release. Doesn't take much time to get the ball off. Walston all the way to the rim, thrown up, off the mark. Battle for the rebound, taken away by Jaden Richard.
And good job by Rayfield there, making sure there was only one shot. Boxing out, giving them the possession back.
Now under 2 minutes left to play. 3-point lead for the Red Riots. Both teams in the double bonus here. Richard, pull up, jumper, off the mark. Battle for the rebound, taken away by Ben Francis.
And good job by Ben Francis, making sure there's only one shot that end.
Pass ahead to Spalding, up and in for 2. Great look ahead there by, I believe it was Walston. Wide open Spalding on the layup. 1:33 remaining. Crocker diving inside, off the mark. Crocker was out of bounds originally, came back in, didn't reestablish himself. So that's going to be going the other way with 1:28 left. It's a 5-point game. Brady Hughes, offense to defense substitution there. As Venetestein checks out, Hughes coming in. We're going to see some fouls here pretty soon, but there is foul trouble on the Pony side. Walston, he has it with some space. Pass off to Schaff, all the way off the mark though. Pass ahead, Richard. Battled the ball for a moment. He's going to have an opportunity at the rim. He's going to go to the line with a chance at 2 for Jaden Richard here. That went from best case scenario to worst case scenario for the Red Riots there.
So Richard here to shoot 2.
Richard, he's had a great game so far. Off on the first there, especially that first half of action. He had those 8 points. Had to check out the 3 fouls. Off on the second as well.
Nope.
Now they're going to call foul against Mudichev right there. And that's going to be going the other way for 2 free throws. And I believe that's Mudichev's 4th. Venetestein going to check back in for an offense to defense substitution. So Red Riots have a chance to put this one in a very advantageous situation if they make some free throws, as Spalding's off on the first. It's going to keep it regardless within a 2-score game. Ponies faithful, getting rowdy, trying to disrupt the free throw attempt for Spalding. Calm, cool, collected. Knocks it down. He has 8. Richard now. Pass out to Connor. One dribble, pull up. Off the mark, battle to the corner. Gonna go the way of the Red Riots.
And now they bring in Hughes, and I believe for the free throw shooting aspect, you get him and Walston on the floor. Those 2 pretty good free throw shooters. They want to keep the ball in their hands because they know eventually they're gonna have to be fouled.
And Walston's definitely somebody you want the ball in the hands of. I believe he's 11 of 12. It was Mark from the free throw line in this one. As timeout taken by Coach Ed Catala here. Let's keep it here, Mark, with only 54 seconds left in the game. Let's run through some scenarios here. The fact is the Red Riots are in full control right now. They're in the driver's seat. If they make free throws, it's going to be very difficult to come back in this one. On the Pony side, what are they trying to do? What are they looking for to try to get this game back in their favor?
Force the ball in somebody else's hands other than Walston, or probably Hughes too, but definitely out of Walston's hands. Force the ball in somebody else's hands, foul right away. Obviously, turnover would be the best case scenario, but if you can't do that, try to force it into somebody else's hands, double them or whatever you can do to get the ball into one of those other players' hands.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got 54 seconds left, and it's still just a 6-point game, so anything can happen. But let's start to run down some possibilities for our Bangor Savings Bank player of the game. I think leading the charge on the Red Riot side is Pierce Walson, especially with Will Francis having to be out of this game for as much as he was with the foul trouble. Players like him and Ben Francis really did a lot. Spalding's come up in big spots, but Pierce Walson's been all over the place.
Orono scored 18 points in the third quarter. He got 12 of them, and he's done a lot of other things too. I have him down for 4 rebounds and 3 assists. So he's, he when he has the ball in his hands, he knows what to do with it.
Spalding get the ball back. Yeah, they're not trying to foul Walston, especially with Richard, but you got to do it eventually.
Do have a final, Zach. Dexter down 23-13 at halftime. They came back and beat Central 46-40. They outscored them. Quick math, 33-14 in the second half. Look at that.
Quite the game over there.
Quite the math, too.
Yeah, quite. Always a specialty of our broadcast team. Walston from the free throw line, up and in. 26 on the game, 12 of 13 from the line, and I like what the Red Riots are doing. Mm-hmm. Both sides are in the double bonus here. Get everybody off the free throw line, because they're now up 3 possessions. 8 points total.
We will try to, get a post-game guest after this one.
Caden Crocker, he's going to take a 3 from the corner. That's going to be off the mark. Going to go to Pierce Walston. Now with under 40 seconds left to play. Let's see if both sides elect to continue fouling here. There's going to be one more foul. Jaden Richards going to check out of the game, as that's going to be his 5th. And I believe, Mark, just with the time amount left and the way that Walston's playing, I believe the Red Riots are going to come in here and get the win. A big heel point victory early on in this season, but these two clubs are going to see each other again. And
January 26th at Orono, and never know. Might see each other again at the Cross Center in February.
2 of the highest scoring teams across the state of Maine is Walston. When you have it going, you have it going. The ball can travel around the rim, atop the backboard, wherever. And Walston still finds a way for it to fall through the bottom of the net. As I said, he's off on the second. 9-point advantage. Crocker thought about a 3, pass to Connor. He is going to take a 3. Off the mark, Mudichev keeps it alive. Rayfield from the corner. Off the mark, Ben Francis pass ahead to Pierce Walston. Walston thought about the layup, going to get fouled from behind by Crocker. And with 17 seconds left, pretty safe to say now that the Red Riots are going to come away with a win here. Really impressive second half performance as well.
Yeah, by the whole Red Riots team. Will Francis didn't get a lot of minutes because of foul trouble, but he was a spark early in the second half. And P.S. Walston, just this whole half, has been so good.
So he's good on that one as well. He's got 29 on the game. Is what I have him down for here.
That's correct.
Make it an even 30 with 17 seconds left. I imagine we're going to see one more shot here. Maybe another foul, but that one off the mark. Battled around. See if the Ponies just elect to take this one out. This ball doesn't even need to cross the half-court line. That's going to do it. Our final here from Foxcroft Academy, 64-43 advantage Red Riots. Big early season victory for the Orono Red Riots. Pierce Walston, he's going to be our Bangor Savings Bank player of the game. We're going to try to potentially get him up here for an interview if we can. But, Mark, what a game that was.
Yep. Yeah, great game. And we'll take it to a commercial and try to get an interview.
I truly believe that if you're going to do something better, you got to start by innovating. Think about how to solve for a customer problem in a way that's quicker, different, and more customer-centric. The bank's promise has been fundamentally the same from the beginning till now, and that's ensuring that all that we do is making the lives of our employees, our customers, and the communities better. And it's their better, not what's defined as our better.
The card's right there.
Welcome back here to Foxcroft Academy. It does look like Pierce Walston's going to be able to join us as he is our Bangor Savings Bank player of the game. Had him for an even 30 points. Just another incredible performance by him. It's the second time we've had him as our Bangor Savings Bank player of the game. As he makes his way up, Pierce, nice to see you again. I know we've done this once before, but
Yes, sir.
and I know you just got out of that action. It was a really intense game, so we don't want to take too much of your time, but you are, again, our Bangor Savings Bank player of the game, so that gift card is for you. You got 30 points. Just a great performance, especially from the free throw line. Kind of talk about what the energy was like out there and your effort, and when you knew you had to take this game over. What was your mindset?
Well, they're a great team. They play fast. They play hard, and we knew that we had to come out and we had to do the same. Shots weren't falling early, so we knew we had to get to the basket, and without shots falling, if we didn't get to the basket, it wouldn't have been the same game that it was.
Will, he was dealing with some foul trouble.
Yeah.
Did that impact the way you played the game? Did you have to feel like you had to step up in a certain moment? What was the morale like in trying to keep everybody calm in the game when he went out of foul trouble pretty much the majority of that game?
He's a young guy. He's a key guy, so all the other guys knew that when they were in the game, they had to step up. We had to fill his role, and it's obviously not an easy role to fill, and we did what we had to do and got the dub.
Yep. Early season, you guys are playing on a great and fantastic level. What does a win against another very quality opponent in Foxcroft Academy, what does that do for your early season morale?
I mean, it's huge, but we can't let it get to us. We got to go back to practice tomorrow. We got to get back after it, and we got to get another dub. We got to keep going.
Well, you're a fantastic player. You're a Bangor Savings Bank player of the game. I want to thank you one more time for joining us. It's great to have you on with us.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Pierce Walston.
Thank you.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight as well as final from here. I believe it was 64-53. Okay, yeah, quick math in my head. Thank you for joining us here on East Main Sports. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay up to date with all of our broadcasts. But signing off from Eastern Maine Sports. Thank you.